is 7 a.m. in East Central Alabama on a Friday morning, the 20th day of December 2024. We're just days away from Santa Claus. We're days away from our recognition and thoughts of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ's birth. We're joined this morning by Sylacauga City Councilman District 3, Nate Boom Boom Brewer. Nate, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale. How are you?
Seemed like just yesterday you started with your initial campaign for City Council, and here we are now. And would you ever thought we'd be where we are right now?
No, sir. You know, 4.5 years ago, I was elected to the City Council, and it has been a heartwarming experience. It's been probably the most enjoyable thing and rewarding thing I've done as a human being. We've made a lot of accomplishments. We've had some hiccups in the road, but we've done a lot of good things. We have fixed some concrete streets. We have fixed some sidewalks, and we've got more of that coming. Paving's going to start in March and April of this year. We've bought some new first responder vehicles. For fire department's got new vehicles. The police department's got new vehicles. Street department's got new vehicles.
Do y'all have new vehicles?
No, sir. I've still got a 2007 Chevrolet, so I don't have a new vehicle. But we bought those things for our citizens, and I know people kind of get a little mixed up because if the police are on their way to your house, I need them to get there. I don't need them to say, "Hey, Councilman Brewer, we had an incident on such and such, and we couldn't get there. We broke down." I mean, Kelly Johnson done a good job buying the Explorers, and they have played out, and we've replaced them with F-150s,
yeah.
And they're a little expensive, but they're worth it. I mean, we bought 4 of them for $370,000, which includes lights and stripes. Now, some of the fire department's equipment cost a little bit more than that just for one. You know, we bought one truck, I think, for $84,000, and we got to add lights and stripes to it, but their needs are a little bit different than.
So who drives that one?
I think that's going to be the fire inspector's truck.
Okay.
You know, we bought one 2-3 years ago for the fire chief,
okay.
Turned it into a command center at $80,000. So the police have started their take-home program now. They're going to take their vehicles home and bring them back. A study have shown if an officer has a vehicle to take home, he takes more care of it because he's the only one that sits in. You know, the county does it now.
I think we're behind on that
we
one.
We are the only city around that doesn't do it. Alabaster, Columbiana, Harpersville, Talladega County, Rockford, Coosa County Road, they all do it. So that's a good recruitment tool for us. That's going to help us hire our last 6-7 police officers, and we're going to be good there. We've got a lot of good things going on in Sylacauga. I know you have seen a lot of riffraff, and I know you've seen a lot of confusion and a lot of discord.
You don't like that,
I don't like it, because here's the thing, Jimmy Dale, and it kind of makes me a little mad because these people that's causing this ain't even from here, okay? They either moved away and come back, or they just go out there and right field. They don't know how we operate. They don't know what makes Sylacauga go. Discord and confusion does not make this community go. Love, joy, happiness, working together is what makes us go. That's our community. For instance, 3 Octobers ago when the big storm come through, we had power lines out, we had trees down, we had everything going on, and this community rose up and we helped all of our neighbors to come together and get their needs met. So it's going to be okay. It's going to get better. Some of us just try to stay above the fray. And
so what would you say, Nate? I mean, you're there at every meeting, and people watching this broadcast, you know, they're not fools. They see and hear what's being said. Why does that continue to happen in council meetings? Why?
Jim, because some of them refuse to air out their dirty laundry before the council meeting. You don't air out your dirty laundry in front of God and everybody. I've talked to several leaders in this state and that's on other municipalities. Says, Nate, we work a lot of things out before we get to the councilman. Now, we still talk about it. We still let the public know what's going on, but there's no sense in, if I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me, to get all fired up and just act a complete nut in front of God and everybody. It hurts our city.
Yeah.
We've had businesses that was coming here, Jimmy Dale, And ever since the Haitian thing happened, and it's on all levels. I mean, I think Brian Taunton sat here and said the same thing. We've had hate, ever since the Haitian issue happened, we've had business say, hey, we ain't coming to Sylacauga this year. Well, y'all get it fixed, and we'll come back and see you.
And that wasn't near as big a deal as it was blown up to be.
Jimmy Dale, those people have not caused one issue here. I mean, you've got people wanting to get behind that camera, and you've got people wanting to be political, instead of trying to help those folks and making sure our other people are safe. Them people ain't bothered anybody. I don't even think there's 6 or 7 left here.
Yeah.
Some of them went to Talladega, some of them went to Ellick City, some of them moved over towards Clay County for work purposes. So, and here's the thing. I think Mr. Greg Patterson said it best at a councilman. The federal government don't have to ask you to do anything.
No.
They get to do what they want to do. They're the federal government. Now, we'll see what happens with January, but people want to talk about the border. The border's been out of control way before Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump even got in the office. So they want to go that route. I mean, it's tick for tat. All we can do is worry about Sylacauga and control Sylacauga.
Well, we've got some good things happening in Sylacauga as far as new businesses coming in.
Absolutely. You've got the wharf that's going to, I think they're going to open after January. I think there's a Mexican restaurant right beside it in the old Lloyd's building. They're going to open probably around February, March, I think. We've got a lot of good things going on. We need a couple of more industries here, and I think the Talladega Economic Board is helping us with that. We do have a lot of potential here. I mean, Sylacauga is going, it's went from here, and now it's getting back to where Sylacauga used to be. The city is in the best financial shape that it's been in probably 20 years, is what the studies have shown. So, and I hate it somewhat because some of that come from raising taxes, which I didn't want to do, but it happened. So now all I can do is make sure we're good stewards of taxpayers' money, so we do have money in the bank to meet citizens' needs.
You're a kids guy.
Yeah.
You love children. You've been involved with baseball ever since you could walk. What is the deal with our Little League baseball? Are we playing baseball in Sylacauga Little League, or are we not?
Here's the deal, Jimmy Dale. They have a contract. So does girls softball, okay? That contract comes up for renewal every so many years because the city owns the land, okay? I don't know how many kids are actually registered to play Little League baseball. I don't know how many kids they've had. I think they've had 12 to 15 somewhere. I know over at the Parks and Rec, their numbers went up. I think they picked up 80 to 100 more kids this year than they've had in the past. So I don't know where those kids come from. The deal with it is you've got to have a charter. A charter is your insurance. If a kid's sliding in the home and gets his teeth knocked out, he's covered. If you don't have a charter, then the city is responsible for that, okay? So there's some things going on that...
Is Sylacauga Little League chartered that you know of?
Not that I know of. They don't have a charter right now. I know that for a
Did they
fact.
have a charter they didn't play this past season?
No, sir, they didn't play this past season. I think they tried to do fall ball, but then something happened there.
2 years ago, did they have a charter?
I don't think so, Jimmy Dale.
Okay.
No, sir.
So if they didn't have a charter 2 years ago and they played 2 years ago...
Those children are at a liability.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But now here's the deal. If they've got to do the same thing the girls did.
Right.
The girls got a contract. I mean, the city attorney, Mr. Masters, Ms. Nix, Mr. Perryman, they all met. They've got their charter. They've got their plans. They're on a 3-year contract because the city owns that land. They're going to make capital improvements. They've got a plan laid out. That's all the boys have to do, and then the city is going to give them a contract. Because if you want to play Little League, that's fine. You can play Little League. But we got to make sure the city's business is taken care of before we do anything else.
Little League baseball has been around since the early 50s.
It has, but we're one of the only cities that still recognize Little League baseball. And like I said, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But I don't think there's that many kids playing now. But, you know, if there's parents that still want to be involved and volunteer and do that, then I don't have a problem
We need to
with
give them a chance, right?
Sure, absolutely. If that's what they want to do, yeah. But there's certain guidelines you have to go by and do as a city council person and as a representative, because my job is to make sure, number one, we have a good quality of life around here. Number two, I got to make sure the city's business is taken care of, because the city is a business. You have to take care of business, and that is part of business, making sure you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. I mean, I hate that it went like it did at the meeting. I mean, I don't think nobody was throwing shade or anything. I think we was just trying to have a conversation because it had been brought up. We need this contract done. We need to get the people together, and it just didn't happen. The girls went on and got their stuff together, got their contract, and they're good to go.
Well, from what I saw, it got out of hand.
Yeah, it did get out of hand.
When you decided to run for political office, you went about it the hard way because you were in a runoff in your first attempt to run. So you went about it in a way that some didn't have to go through, and you beat the streets, you knocked on doors in the sweat and hot of the summer. You won the election, you had a runoff, you won that, and now they added another year, didn't they?
Yes, Governor Ivey added another year to our term to get us off the presidential election. Because poll workers were so overwhelmed with municipalities the same year as the presidential. So what she did was added another year. So the election will be August 26th of 2025. If it was still on the regular cycle, it would have been this past August. So that Governor Ivey did that.
So what have you learned?
I've learned that government still moves slow. I've learned that there is money out there that you can get, but you have to be careful how you get it, because just because you can get $1 million from this, how much are you going to have to pay back? So you have to be careful there. I've learned that everybody has a need, and everybody's need is important. I've learned good leadership skills. You know, as you know, I've graduated from the Alabama League of Municipalities as a certified municipal officer, and they teach you about how municipalities work. And
they just didn't give you that either.
No, sir. That took me. It took me actually 4 years to get. I mean, because it's a lot of course, you have to have 60+ credits, and you have to do a lot of different meetings, and you have to do tests on the computer, and you have to do a lot of different things to earn that certificate. So, and here's the thing. If every council member is CMO certified, then that's a big deal for your city. The state recognizes you, and that puts you in another category to receive different awards, different grants, different things for your municipality, because it shows you have a strong leadership that can take care of business. So I've learned that you have to, it's all about compromising. You can't always get what you want when you want it. Sometimes you have to give a little to get a little, and that's fine. That's in the normal world, I think. And I've learned at the end of the day, Jimmy Dale, you get a lot more with honey than you do salt. It's all about how you talk to somebody.
Yep.
So, but I've learned a lot. I've enjoyed it. I love my people. I love this city. I've been here 34 years. I've never left. I've never had to come back. I appreciate everyone that's voted for me. I appreciate everyone that supports me, calls me on the phone. We're going to continue to give you a good place to live. As long as I'm on the city council, I'm always going to have your best interest at heart. I'm always going to take care of your money. I'm going to take care of the city's money like I take care of my own checkbook. Having a small business, I think, helps me with that because I manage that budget, and I can manage the city's budget also, because if you're not careful, you'll spend your way into prosperity, and then you're sitting there looking crazy because you've spent out. Yeah. So you have to be careful with things like that. And that's why I went to the League of Municipalities through that training. They help you financially. They help you. It is such a good program to go through. So
got a new police chief.
Got a new police chief. I'm going to tell you something. Rondell Muse is probably one of the finest men I've known. I've known him since I was a little boy. My dad worked with him for a little while. Rondell's a straight shooter, Jimmy Dale. He's not one of these political police chiefs, ever how you want to call it. What you see is what you get. And that's I guess that's why we have a good relationship, because I'm the same way. He runs that police department the way it's supposed to be ran. He does a real good job. He's been in police work over 30 years. He was a submarine. He was on the submarine also. He was in the service. You won't find a better person. And look, he's the most qualified person for that position. I feel like our citizens are safe, and I don't worry at all at night, because I know we have a good police force, and I know we have good people in leadership such as Rondell that's going to make sure that our people and our police officers are taken care of. Because, you know, everybody that works for the city, if you work at City Hall, police, fire, street, administration, city council, they are all public servants. Every one of them work for the citizens of this town, and I think Rondell's continues to establish that within his department, just so we keep it circulating. So, because I remind people all the time at City Hall and wherever I'm at, we all work for the people of this city. Everyone, some of us are elected, some of us get hired by the mayor. So, but Ron does a real good job. We've got good leadership in place. You've got Reed Calfield, the street department, Nate Osgood over the fire department. Those guys do a real good job. I feel very confident that our public safety is probably one of the best in the state.
So what are some needs in 2025 that need to be addressed?
Well, we will have still some side streets to pave that we probably won't get to finish with this paving fund.
How much is that project?
That project's going to be right at just a little over $3 million, close to $4 million.
And where did that money come from?
That money is coming from the bond.
Okay.
The bond. That's where that money is going to come from. And we have some money put back for paving.
So we're not
also
broke in Sylacauga,
No,
right?
you've got a $28 million bond you got to pay for, but you've also got money over here in reserves. You've got money in savings, money in interest. We're not broke by a long shot. The city's got money, and the city's open for business now. We welcome any new business that wants to come here. The city is open for business. We've got a good leadership in place with the city clerk. She helps us manage our money. She puts it in savings for us. She puts it where it's going to draw the most interest for the city. I mean, she does a phenomenal job when it comes to the finances and the business of the city. I mean, Alex Lambert does a real good job for us. I mean, we're lucky to have her.
You decided you're going to run for another term?
Yes, sir. I'm going to run for another term. There's still some things done that I want to see done. We still have a lot of infrastructure we have to do with our drainage. We still have sidewalks that I want done. We still have abandoned houses and things that need to be cleaned up. You know, when I ran, I said I wanted to get those cleaned, and those are going to be cleaned. We've got a rec center that's fixing to go up, and I feel like I need to run again, because even though I didn't vote for the bond to put us in debt, I need to be here to make sure we don't overspend what we have borrowed. Because if you're not careful, you'll overspend and you'll put yourself in a bigger hole than you're in. So you have to be careful there. And Jimmy, just be honest with you, I love people. I love my town. I want my town to succeed and thrive. And I want to be reelected to the Sylacauga City Council District 3 for my people, because I have things over at Sullivan Court that still need to be done. We've got some sidewalk work that's going to be done over there. Things over at Autumn Trace Apartments. I just went to Coosa Valley Garden, the village over behind Rudd's Car Wash, where I judged a porch contest. Those ladies over there are wonderful. They are very happy with the way our city is going, except for some that are concerned about our finances, because, you know, we borrowed a big lump of money. It passed 4-1, me being the no vote. We borrowed a big lump of money to build some things and do some things around here. So, but that's going to be okay, because I'm going to make sure we don't overspend.
So where are we with this new rec center?
I think the new rec center, I'm going to say, and I may be wrong, but from the last time I heard, they're going to start in the summer. I think we're going to start around April or May. I think they'll start maybe putting a shovel in the ground or something like that. As you know, the old pool's being tore up now.
Right.
We lost our fight there. You know, like I was saying, another part of government, sometimes you get outvoted, then you just have to go with the flow. When you're outvoted, you're outvoted. There's nothing you can do about it. That's going to be a pickleball court and a basketball court. That's going to have a little picnic area beside it, new bathroom. So, because it has to remain something recreational, Jimmy Dale. It's going to be real good for our community. And here's the reason why. People sitting there saying pickleball, pickleball. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports around right now. I mean, I even think the Alabama High School Athletic Association is fixing to start a league. So it's going to be a sport that kids can do during school. So that's what that's going to be. We got new playground equipment at Noble Park, and it's ADA compliance. That means our handicapped children and handicapped parents can access it. We've got a lot of good things going on, Jimmy Dale, and I'm just proud to be here.
All right,
I'm proud to be a part of it.
Appreciate you dropping by this
hang
morning.
on just a second. I'm sorry. You know, we did give $1 million to Earth, and Earth is going to be very important for our town. Here's why. It's going to be a training hub. Skid steers, backhoes, heavy equipment, carpentry, plumbing. All that's going to be involved, and it's going to take place over the old Avondale property with old Eva Jane Lab. And I was proud to be a part of the council that was able to give Miss Margaret and her staff that. That's going to be a wonderful thing for our kids and our community. And that's something I'm going to work on in my next 4 years is workforce development, because every kid's not built for college. So now we've got to figure out how to get workforce development involved, and we've got to get the kid a job, we've got to teach him how to keep his job, and we've got to teach him how to be a good leader or her a good mother. So we've got a lot of good things going on, Jim Dale. I appreciate you having me. I appreciate everything this TV station does for our community, getting things out so people know what's going on, and I'll be seeing you soon.
I know you want to wish your constituents a very Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. To the people of District 3, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If I can ever do anything for you, 256-404-3419. Merry Christmas and God bless.
Back for more Daybreak right after this.